Hello, my name is Tim Botkin and I'm the Certified Maintenance Manager for GAF. And I'm going to show you today how to do a well roof maintenance inspection. So let's go inside and get started. So while you're doing your inspection for the exterior walls, the things that you want to note and pay attention to is your downspouts. Making sure that they're attached to the wall and that the forklift guards are up and attached. If we have problems with this being loose, this could be a sign that there's problems up above. After you've done your exterior wall inspection, you want to come in and do your under deck inspection. You want to note if there's any areas of rust or damage before you get up on the roof. You want to make sure that you're not walking into problems once you get up on the roof. Also noting which way that the deck is running. This will help you if you have leaks up above to find where this leak is traveling to. Another thing to look for before you get up on the roof inside the building is stains. A good indication that you have damage up on the roof that you need to check out before you get up on the roof. Two items that can help you while doing your roof inspection is a probe to probe the seams and a wax pencil to mark the areas for deficiencies or repairs. So once we get up on the roof, we want to do a visual inspection of the roof. We want to make sure to notice any obvious hazards that we may have, such as skylights, our HVAC units, and any drains. We also want to make sure that while we're doing our inspection that we are not walking backwards. So safety first. So let's get started with our inspection now. While doing your field inspection, one of the items that you want to pay particular attention to is screws and metal objects on your roof. In this case, a sheet metal screw. We want to make sure that we get these off the roof. Step on it, we can cause a hole and cause a leak. While doing your field inspection and your walkthrough on the main roof, pay attention to contaminants on the roof. In this case, plastic cement. Good source of a leak down the road. Good idea to mark it and cut this area out and properly repair it. While doing our edge inspection, the things we want to mention to is open laps and open seams. This is something that we want to note on our well roof inspection form and check it. At the same time, while you're doing this, we're inspecting our gutters, making sure that they're free of debris and free of water. Our next item that we want to inspect is our coping. In this case, it's our coping metal. This is your coping metal. We want to make sure that it's attached to the walls and that it's sealed from underneath, that wind cannot get up and rip it off. At the same time, we want to look at our EFIS. We can see our EFIS is exposed in this area. We want to come back in and seal this off, make sure water cannot get back in underneath our metal. Next item that we want to check and make sure is our expansion joint. This roof has an expansion joint, which is separating two roofs. We want to treat this just like a roof edge. We want to make sure that our edges and our seams are down. We want to check them, make sure that they're tight, and in this case, repairs are all correct and seamed at the same time. One of the most sensitive areas on the roof is our penetrations. What we're looking for on the penetration is making sure that it's not opened or gaps in the flashing itself. In this case, we want to make sure that it's caulked. We want to make sure that it's banded. We're going to make sure that it's sealed, in this case, and make sure it's tight. On the wall flashings on this penetration, we want to make sure that the cap is down and screwed in, that it cannot blow off. We also want to check for the seams again. We want to check the corners and making sure water's not getting back underneath our wall base flashings and leaking inside. As we're checking our wall flashing, this is our wall base flashing, we want to make sure that it's fully adhered to the wall. As you can see, this is not attached to the wall right now. As we get over to this corner, we can see that it's already damaged and it's already falling down off the roof. While checking our HVAC units, we want to make sure that we have walk pads on all four sides. If they're not on all four sides, we want to make sure that we at least have walk pads on the service side of the unit. At the same time, we're checking our doors to make sure that they're tight and they're on. If they're missing, we want to make note of that on our inspection report. At the same time, we will also want to make sure that we're checking our base flashings again, making sure that they're tight against the base, and we're checking our seams to make sure that there's no open laps. Fortunately for us, we had rain last night that we can check for ponding water on the roof. We have ponding across the roof edge. Unfortunately, we have an open lap, so you can see the water getting back underneath of that roof edge. Even though that ponding water is not an issue on single-ply roofs on the most part, it can be a weight issue. We want to make sure that we note this on our well roof inspection form for future reference. This roof has pitch pans that we also want to check each time. This being a pitch pan right here, it's approximately 12 inches by 6 inches. The thing that we want to check too is make sure that it's got portable sealer and it's sealed and there's no cracks around the penetration. This is a great source of a roof leak. It's important during your inspection to know what type of roof system that you have. Either you have a white TPO roof or a black EPDM roof. This is important for the repair people to bring the proper material to make the proper repairs. So right now we're on top of a mechanically fastened EPDM roof system. And what we're going to be looking at here are the seams. This particular roof system has taped seams. And what we want to do is we want to check it for openings or fish mouths into the seam system and probe it and repair it immediately. Good source for a leak. As you tell, this has already been previously repaired, so they've had issues with some seams at this point. So when determining the age of an EPDM roof, look at the wall flashings, and we're looking for any signs of tinting or the flashings pulling away from the wall. As you can see, this area right here is already starting to pull away from this wall and tinting and causing issues with ponding areas. Also, you can note all the previous repairs in this area. This roof is approximately 12 years old and probably needs to be budgeted for a re-roof within the next 3 to 4 years. And just like with any roof system, we want to check out the penetrations. This abandoned piece we may want to remove and repair back smooth. This one also has a leak at this point, so this is something that needs to be repaired immediately. They always check the roof penetrations on any roof system. In conclusion, once you finish your roof inspection, make sure that you note any deficiencies or problems that you found on the roof. This helps in budgeting for repairs and maintenance down the road.